Hello everyone, Krydax here, and welcome back to Factorio, pYanodon's, Season 3, all the good stuff. So in the last episode, we got all of our alloys set up, well, most of our alloys set up. I guess we didn't finish out Duralumin, but I think everything else is running. We used up all of our nickel, it seems, but we'll get more eventually. We're making the newfangled tin chromium and the newfangled ferrochrome, so those are way cheaper now. Yeah, I mean, why don't we set up Duralumin? I guess copper and aluminum, though. I don't have aluminum here yet. Do we have molten aluminum in molten form over here? I don't know if we do. We do not. So that's gonna be necessary. Wow, is aluminum really that simple? Surely we've unlocked a new method, right? Yeah, we can add the phosphoric acid, but I think we decided that wasn't worth it. Yeah, we decided this wasn't worth it. It was like double the aluminum, but using 18 phosphoric acid, which I just didn't really like. And I'm still not sure if I like, though phosphoric acid's a little cheaper than it used to be, with prod being a part of the chain. Actually, let's, we have a good way to measure this. Let's look at 20, let's look at 30 phosphate rock. And let's look at the old chain. So that was 105 phosphoric acid, and now it is 324. Wow, we've tripled our phosphoric acid output per phosphate rock. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Okay, so that's tripled. So that phosphoric acid is not as expensive as it once was. And we get a lot of free hydrogen chloride. I am capturing that hydrogen chloride, right? I just want to make sure. Yeah. You know, I might add some more storage to this too. Okay. So yeah, these will run until they get stopped up on phosphine gas. And then at that point, this one will top up the phosphoric. So I think that that's all working correctly. Okay, so anyway, Duralumin. So we need to get the molten aluminum. Oh, wait, no, I was going to look at the new aluminum. So the new aluminum, which I haven't researched yet, but I will soon, gives me pulp stage 2, 3, 4, which then goes to sodium aluminate and sodium tailings, or aluminum tailings. Crystallized sodium aluminate, which goes to high-grade alumina. We need nichrome in that? Jeez. Oh, but I can choose to not do that one. Yeah, because it's 1-to-1, so I can choose to get 375 out, or I can add nichrome, graphite, and more hydroxide to get another 100 molten aluminum. Interesting. And aluminum tailings. Ammonium mixture, what is that? Aluminum tailings only become vanidates, which are part of, I think, yeah, that complex of vanadium processing too. Interesting. So if we plug all that in, aluminium. Let's see. Or 15 powdered aluminum. Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3 with what is Alamac? Alamac is oleochemicals and aromatics, and we can prod it, so it's pretty cheap. Alright, stage 4 is free, so this is not too bad so far. This is where it gets a little dicey. Adding in starch. Starch and sodium chlorate. That's just salt. Okay, never mind, that one's not required. Okay, then that gets me sodium aluminate, which gets me this, which gets me molten, which gets me only 23 aluminum? Wait, are you for real? Who designed this process? This is a scam. That's barely better than this one. This is already 19. What the heck? That's like not better at all. I am severely disappointed in that. Okay, so then the other version where you actually spend 0.2 nichrome on it, though that's not that expensive. Nichrome is a lot cheaper now. So we get this, which is still only 29, but I guess that's maybe good enough. Man, that is that's a rough chain. The aluminum chain is not all it's cracked up to be. Part of me is like, can I just triple the... Although I guess this is a lot of graphite and borax. Maybe that's the real cost here, now that I look at it. Because in terms of other stuff, this is mostly just lime. So that's not that bad. Do I want to do this? I mean, I want to do it eventually. I don't know about right now. I will research it though. Oh, I need to work towards the big mines. No, let's keep... No, we want to do bots. Bots tier 2. Let's keep moving towards that. We'll research super steel. We'll research improved robotics. And once I have super steel, we'll be able to make both. Beautiful. And then... Oh, you know what? I was also, this is random, but I was looking at over here. I was noticing these guys going as fast as they could. There was a train stuck indicator for a moment. I'm gonna upgrade those to stack inserters. Or, sorry, bulk inserters. Oh, it's gonna be a long time before I learn the bulk inserter name. It's gonna be a long time. Alright, by the way, this episode is not gonna be super duper long. I have, a thing... I might take a break and come back and finish the episode if I'm still in the middle of something that I'm enjoying. But for now, let's just... Okay, those are set up to do 30 a second. But they're putting everything on the same side, which they don't need to do. And then, so those are making 6. These are consuming only 3. So we do need upgrade power. And then I'll upgrade one more power, and then we'll get a 4-1 on them. Need those two. I'll upgrade that just in case, and then I will need to connect the molten aluminum up to number 6. Boom. That easy. I might do an overflow just to make sure we give some to plates first, but because this is going to take a while to fill up is the reason I say that. So that'll get molten aluminum available, and then we need to request molten aluminum. Let's put it here. Negative 35,000. Get rid of the nitrogen. And now molten aluminum. Let's see, we've already got molten copper right here, so that's convenient. And then molten aluminum. Put here. And connect up to this one. Okay. And then we need the sand castings. Here. And then we need the outputs. Here. I guess we'll bring him up to the vitrolloy spot. Maybe. We just really don't have a ton of room here. Alright. Okay, so right will be duralumin. Duralumin will go to... You know what? I'm actually gonna move those to the right there. Mostly just because I think we're gonna need the space. Or the, you know, the storage space. Okay, so duralumin to 6,000, that should work. I think we're all good to go with this. We'll see if it runs here in a second. But yeah, let's start working on the cobalt block. I do want to add... It's been a while since I've added any rails. We need to keep doing that. Let's add some more in here. I think I want this to be a double block. I think I'm going to do the thing I was talking about, where I make all of my molten fluids here. Or at least I can do multiple in the same block. Maybe I won't do all of them, but it does make sense in my head to combine and conquer. This is a little iffy to put a block here, but I probably will eventually. Yeah, let's do that there. And do that there. Do that there. Okay, and then for the super steel block, where do we want it? Yeah, why not up here? All right. Strong side. Okay, so we will have solids out. We will have a lot of solids in. Like a lot. Oh, goodness. How many? A lot. We got sand castings, titanium, silicon, vanadium pin oxide, fuel rods, niobium. The fuel rods are very expensive. Thankfully, they're only for cobalt chromium alloy. But it's half of a fuel rod per cobalt chromium. I mean, that's nuts. Like, there's no way around that either. There's just no way around that. Thankfully, I've got a lot of fuel rods. But let's go a little higher on our fuel rod storage. Especially now that iron niobium alloy is cheaper. That does bring the cost of fuel rods down a little bit. Ooh, and I can make these better. I love the sound of that. Anyway, my bots are not enjoying the absurd amount of work I've just given them. But we've got to request about 500 million items here. Are any of them in large counts? It's a good amount of sulfuric, medium amount of petroleum, syngas, hot air. Molten stainless steel. That gives me pause. But I'm probably just gonna have to ship it out. $100 molten stainless is 13 stainless. That makes it like 7 a piece, roughly, or 8 molten stainless a piece. So 8,000 would be about 8,000 stainless steel. Oh my gosh. I'm just trying to think of how much to put on trains and how much to buffer. Yikes. And this is roughly the same. So I probably only want to buffer like 10,000. Oh, I'm already providing it. Thank goodness, past Krydax. Look at you go. We're doing up to 15,000, it looks like. Okay. And I can bump that up if I need to. Look at you go, Krydax. You thought ahead, and present Krydax is very thankful for you. So nice work. Alright, and then we're gonna need to import how many fluids? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 5. Oh, and fluid fuel 6. Yeah. Unless I figured out a way to make fluid fuel on the spot, but I don't think I have yet. Though I am bringing in syngas, which we could just use as fluid fuel. Oh, there's an interesting idea. How much syngas would we actually use? Decent amount. But if I put a efficiency beacon on this, Like if I do a 5-1, then it's not using that much, and then I don't need to worry about fluid fuel at all. I kind of like that idea. I think I'm gonna do that. Yep, I'm doing that. All right, so let's just get to building here. So we need lime, cobalt extract. Well, I guess I need, hold on, more stations first. So we need the F requester strong side. We need to request hot air. We need to request syngas. We need to request sulfuric acid. That one in pretty large quantities. This one in pretty large quantities. Hot air is also free. We'll just do it all. And then what was the other thing? Ah, petroleum gas. And then we've got the molten super steel, which I will do 15,000. Petroleum. Stainless. I mean molten stainless when I say molten super. It's to make molten super. And I think that's it. Maybe. For now. And then I will need a station control. Major Tom. Uh-oh. There's no room for a station control. I'm gonna need room. Here we go. Station control for you on molten stainless. Smaller request threshold. Get rid of those. All right. So that should do it for those guys, and this is hopefully good enough. Just gonna preemptively put that there. All right. So that's good. And now to fill this guy, we are going to need to make it bigger because it's got 3 different types of stuff in it. And it's mostly... Oh, no, I've forgotten. Is it the cobalt oxide? Wait, why can't... It's so weird that I can't alt-click that. Cobalt oxide, yeah, it does go into other stuff, but not until later, right? That one's in Pi 3. It does go into acrylic, yeah, okay. We need cobalt oxide now. But that's also the one that just goes into super steel. Okay. So mostly... super steel is the whole point of this. And partially this cobalt sulfate crap, or what is this, cobalt chromium alloy? Yeah, cobalt chromium alloy is part of it. That needs borax and sand castings. This needs sand castings and aramid. That needs a supercrystalline structure. This needs the other smelter. Like here. And I'm just trying to see overlaps. These both need hot air. This needs the cobalt oxide, but that needs the supercrystalline structure, which comes from the cobalt oxide. So these both need cobalt oxide, which is this one. I will also need some cobalt oxide. Do we need supercrystalline structure? Yeah, we need that too, but not till later. That's the one I don't need till Pi 3 at the earliest for alien enzymes. So we are gonna need both eventually. Okay. I'm only gonna do one of those because this is with no speed beacon. So I don't think we're gonna need two. I am gonna do two of these though. And then I'm gonna do two of each of these. I really don't think I need three. Because I'm gonna do a... Well, here's the problem. I'm gonna hit the smelters in that. So I guess I'm gonna do a smaller beacon setup. I guess I'll do a 5-1 for each. Like this. And then we can make these more efficient. Like that. And that way those can burn the syngas with no issues. But these will be quite a bit faster. They'll be twice as fast. Okay, cool. Because, yeah, look, we only need 0.154 cobalt oxide for the super steel. Most of this cobalt oxide is for the supercrystalline structure. Or just for extra cobalt oxide output. So. Okay, how am I doing on time? Alright, I still got a few minutes here. Let's get a roboport out here. Man, I love how long the super or the next lit power poles go. So nice. Okay. I mean, we're getting there. We're getting there. I might use bots for some of this. You know, like the aramid, the niobium, the molybdenum. Definitely seems reasonable to me. So let's get those set up. And time to start requesting. So anyways, I start requesting. Alright, we need lime. That is lime, right? I think so. 25. Cobalt extract, 25. Ceramic, 25. Nexalit. Plate, wherever that is. Goodness, can't find it. Nexalit plate, 30. Sand casting, 24. Fuel rod, 23. Chromium, 25, 26. Titanium, 23. Niobium, 22. Molybdenum, 22. Aramid, can't justify that much aramid. Station control, aramid, 10. Alright, 11 for aramid, and does that do it? Oh, silicon. Silicon. 22. Unless I missed one, that's everything. And that's 278 stacks, which is gonna require a 4th row here. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of stuff. Very expensive as well. But it'll work. It'll work. Oh, vanadium pentoxide. I did miss one. $12 of those. Or, well, 10 is the threshold. Request 12. Okay, and then we'll do a little provider here. With bulk inserter. By the way, how fast are those bulk inserters? About twice as fast, 17 a second each. Nice, that's not bad for a 90 degree. I need leaching station 2 and nanomaterial factory 2. Does leaching station feel like an oily thing? I'm not sure. Yeah, my first instinct is that it was. So we'll say it is. Nanomat. Nanomat. Hopefully we have what we need for those. Not actually sure what goes into them. Yeah, we're good. Okay, so this is all good. We do need probably a lamp over here. So let's start. So the lime and the cobalt can go on one belt. And that's actually everything we need to produce the cobalt oxide. Over here. So we'll bring that over and down. Feed those in. Feed these across. Okay, I don't know why I'm doing blue inserters. I know for a fact I do not need I do not need blue inserters here. The total rate of all items is 2 a second here. So we're not gonna need much more than that. Alright, and then it goes in there, sulfuric. Let's do one of these. One of these. Boom. Okay. And this is sulfuric. I said the wrong word when I said sulfuric. This is sulfuric. Oh my gosh, it just lines up. Oh, it was meant to be. Look at that. Wow. I'm amazing. All right, and then we'll feed that in there. That one might be a fast. Eventually. And then that's the cobalt oxide, which gets... Oh, wait, sorry. This has to go around. We'll just do it this way. It's going to be about 1 billion years before I need multiples of these inserters. We'll grab the water there, and then I am just going to sinkhole these tailings. I don't think it's worth it. And okay, so then we've got that taken care of. That taken care of. That water actually will be an issue. So let's make that 40% faster so that we're not bottlenecking on water if we go just a little bit faster. Okay, and then these guys feed directly into the supercrystalline, as well as, well, how about we don't do that? How about we do this, which then does this, and then we can do that. Okay. And then the supercrystalline gets fed into the smelter, and then this guy, I've handled all the outputs and inputs for all of these. I'm literally already making cobalt sulfate. Beautiful. And now we're making clean cobalt sulfate. Wow, it's all coming together fast. Okay, and then we need the nexalate and ceramic on another belt. And that one will go here and feed into this guy to make supercrystalline structure. And then we need the borax, sand casting, fuel rod, chromium there, and molybdenum, vanadium, silicon, titanium, niobium here. Goodness. That does sound like a job for bots, doesn't it? If I've ever heard one. Are any of those high volume? The borax and the chromium are fairly high volume. Screw it. We're getting better tier bots soon. Just screw it, man. That's what I say. We'll use bulk inserters so that we got fast speeds going into these buildings. And channel 1, channel 1. All right. That one needs to stay this way for the molten super steel. This one though, I can do. Yeah, that's annoying. Actually, I have an idea that I've never thought of until just now. I feel stupid. I can request the 50 bots, then I can change the force that it's on, and then it will you know, change the bots to be on the right team. I don't know how I never thought of that, but I'm glad I just did. I really need to rework these AFH pipes to be the new ones. Alright, and this needs the molten stainless. It's here. I think that accounts for all the fluids. Oh, syngas. Syngas needs to go here as well. And then this one. Okay. I think that accounts for all the fluids. All right, and this will do super alloy, super steel. Sorry, not the same thing. 3500. Super steel. I just realized I don't think I'm using vat brains on that. Also, where's our vanadium pentoxide? Is our vanadium build dead? It shouldn't be. I thought we kept it alive properly. Wait, where is it? Brain's telling me it's in this region, but I'm not seeing it. Oh, it's up by there. Oh, okay. Anyway. Oh. Okay, I see. We're just not loading it into doodads. No, that doesn't work. All right, we'll do this, then we'll do this, then we'll do this. That should do it. That's wired up. Okay. So that'll get the vanadium available. And all right, I've got about 5 minutes before I have to go. Now that is a surprising, but I now understand why. That's so annoying. How do I make pump jack 1s and 2s available no matter what? Because we just learned in the auto mall that once we switch to tier 2, you can't switch back because of this. I guess I could just remove that. And now... Oh, does that fix it? It might not fix it yet. I might need to boost how many I'm making. I don't know where we're making them. Here, here, here. Here. All right. So yeah, if I just don't request them, it should be fine. And I use tier 1 pump jacks enough along with tier 2 that I think it's fine that we're not specifically bringing the tier 1s from the network back to here. Because of the size difference, I use tier 1s pretty often. And just the price. It feels wasteful to use the expensive tier 2 components for just making water. Unless we need a really high rate, I don't think the tier 2s are worth it. Alright, so this is channel 1. This is now channel 1, and it's already got bots in it. That feels so good. And now... I feel really stupid. I meant to filter that. So we gotta fix that real quick. Yikes. Man, I love tier 2 trains. They're so zippy. Imagine what tier 3 trains are gonna feel like. Because their fuel gives them huge bonuses too, and the trains themselves are just better. So, what did I just put in there? Lead? We don't need that. All right, hold on. Silicon, silicon, titanium, titanium. Aramid, aramid. Fuel rod, fuel rod. Alright. Ceramic. You know what I'm realizing? Could I just use... That's too big. And that's too small. Guess I could use 2 of these. Does that work properly? Like train balancing and unloading wise, does that work properly? This one will usually end up more full. But in terms of total number of stacks, it should be okay to have 300. Actually, no, because that's 290, and we have more than 10 items, so it actually wouldn't work out. That's really annoying. We're close. If they just had a few more stacks, we could do it. Oh, well, that's fine. I just need to find that little blueprint. This one. Alright, so get rid of that, upgrade this guy, and we just got to decide what to put in there, which is going to be pretty much everything. Okay, now I will say this belt is going straight to here, so I might as well use it. I might as well use this belt. So that could be for the borax and chromium. Perfect. Okay. Do we not have borax? Did I forget to request borax? I did. $315 stacks. Oh my gosh. This is kind of nuts how many stacks we actually ended up needing. Is 48 more enough? I think so. Yeesh. Alright. Let's try this one more time. Okay, anyway, this will be chromium, borax. All right, that'll get the borax. Then we need to load in all the other stuff. So we need to load in some fuel rods. We gotta load in some sand castings. Some aramid. Vanadium. I really should have thought about this and just used a logistics warehouse. I'm kind of mad at myself I didn't. Niobium. Plate. Titanium plate. silicon. I think that's it. Molybdenum. Wait, what's going on? Did I... When I deleted the other inserter, did that break something? Oh yeah, it broke the output. The output of this is supposed to connect. Here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's just adding the negative. Yeah, okay. It's working. All right. So that's channel 1. This is channel 1. And now we need to request like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. $20 recipes. This is a 6-second recipe, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we don't need these two. These two. Everything else we do need. Holy crap, there it is. Cobalt Chromium alloy, baby. In the flesh. And we are only gonna go to 1,000 of that stuff for now because it is expensive as heck. But yeah, it's working. All right, and then where's the niobium actually? Did I forget that one? No, we seem to be out of it. Did I break niobium when I upgraded stuff? It's possible. Sure looks like it. Oh no, what did I do? Oh, Crydex. Rookie mistake. Sort of broke it. Yep, just a little bit. Dang it. Trying to make everything better. I made everything worse. Alright, well that fixes that issue. And then for the vanadium... Sorry, 1 second. Alright, well I don't have to go anymore. Just had a cancellation. So that's slightly positive, I guess. I was almost done anyway, though. Alright, yeah, vanadium's good to go. We need to make the new vanadium, though. Eventually. Silver stage 2, though, we did. Check that off the list. Short on coal dust, huh? Well, we can improve that. Let's get 30 a second. Though, let's see. No, that should work. That should work. Wait, what did I just do? No, redo that. I wasn't sure if I hit a hotkey to flip something. Okay, so once we get vanadium and niobium, we're gonna be good to go there. I forgot this needed some stuff too, though, so we're gonna need a requester here. Okay. So that gets those two super steels hooked up. There we go. That should do it. Dang, man. Feeling pretty good about this. Cobalt is done. Super steel is done, not super alloy. Keep calling it that. We're just gonna need our first delivery of vanadium pentoxide, and then our first delivery of niobium, which is gonna have to catch up for a while. Why don't we upgrade these inserters a little bit? How about it? Get rid of these old mechanical doodads. They're definitely the slowing down point here. In fact, we need multiples. These can do 6.72 a second. Which means we also need to go on both sides of the belt. Is that acceptable? Yeah, we can use both sides. Ooh, hey, check this out. Free fertilizer. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop. Boop. 4-2? Yeah, for fertilizer. We'll say yes. We use fertilizer in a lot of places. We need a good amount of it. There we go. That's more than the niobium we were expecting. Yeah, we were off for a full hour. That's pretty rough. But we're getting a pretty good rate now. We'll catch up quick enough. Alright, what I haven't done is looked at my inventory for a while. So, Z3 reagent. Now that one I didn't expect. Brains? Yes. Augs? Yes. Cobalt, given what I just did? Sure. Molten aluminum? Yeah, expected. In fact, everything but NiSi here is not a surprise. And the Z3. Z3 and NiSi. Why is NiSi short? Seems like it's a pretty simple issue. So let's just upgrade that and see if that fixes it. Make the building faster should help. And maybe the NiSi buffer's not big enough. So we got 40. 125. Yeah, I should be able to go a little more here. And are there any beacons? One over there. Apparently I don't have any on the wafers, which is a little weird. I mean, I literally have a second building right here, but I just didn't set up the belts properly for it, like a dingus. So we'll just leave this the way it is for now. We just doubled. Actually, we're more than doubling the rate there, so I'm gonna leave that alone. It should be enough. And then, what's going on with Z3? And then we'll probably call it an episode. So Z3's out of carbonyl, which is apparently just too slow. So I guess we add back in the second carbonyl and upgrade our Z3s to be more productive. Call it a day. We need methanol reactors in the auto mall. Methanol reactor. Okay. That'll do it. $60 carbonyl sulfide. That's still a lot of Z3 a second total. It's probably just catching up, is all. Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing it's just catching up. I don't think we're consuming 30 a second or whatever that is. Maybe we are. What does Z3 even go in? I don't even remember. Oh, it's for our silver. Yeah. Yeah, because that's also catching up and starting to buffer and everything, so that's probably part of it. But either way, more productivity here is a plus, and then more carbonyl might be needed eventually. Who knows? But now we've improved that significantly. Oh, there is a beacon over there that's touching that building. It's a good thing they didn't overlap. Okay. Oh, wait. Wow, that was really slow before the beacon. And what is that? That's a 2-2? I'd have to go to 4-3 if I want this to be any faster. 54 megawatts? No thanks. Yeah, we'll just leave it the way it is. Someday I might add more prod modules to that and to that, but for now we'll just leave this the way it is. That should be good enough. Yeah, that should be good enough. Whatever my carbonyl was before. Yeah, I mean, we were maxing out at 400 a minute. And now we quadrupled. 4.5 times what we were making before. That should be enough. All right. So not worried about that. And then niobium is short for a reason. Spent Nexlet batteries. That's normal. Everything else is pretty normal. Rubber? Nah, just waiting on trains. Waiting for 1 minute? No way, dude. What? Are all all my trains busy? Or no? Maybe... Gosh, that train took forever to get here. Is the LTN scheduler struggling that much? How much is LTN costing me already? Or Cybersyn, sorry. 15 is pretty huge for like lag spikes, so that's not good. Oh, maybe it's because I opened the LTN manager. Because I keep calling it LTN. I mean, it says LTN on the icon. They really need to change that to CS. I don't know, like that's not that hard to do. But like we might need to change this to be even faster. I already improved it to 60 updates per second and an update rate of 3. Maybe I go to 4? Like, I don't understand why that took a minute to schedule a delivery. That feels a little silly to me. Something should not be waiting for a minute before it's scheduled. When it's available from the first moment. Like, that just feels weird to me. Because I don't even have that many stations. I've only got 700. I mean, that's a good amount, but still. But like, if it's pulling 3 stations per tick, that should be able to go through 180 stations a second. So that doesn't make any sense to me. How could that have taken a whole minute? It should be able to go through all my stations every 5 seconds. Why was rubber being requested for a full minute before it scheduled something? I'm very curious what happened there. Alright, cobalt extract makes sense. Nice eye, we just improved niobium. We're looking pretty good here. We're looking pretty good here. Acetylene, huh? That actually makes sense. Because of all the lead mining we're doing. But the good news is we should be able to have, not too far in the future, a big lead mine that will help. Until then, is there anything I can do about these? Yeah, I could upgrade these all to tier 2. See if that helps. All right, and then I very much need to turn on vet brains here. Wobble, 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 wob. That should help. Triple the productivity. How is the lead doing? Looking pretty good, actually. Everything but silver. A little concerned about how many stacks too. So that's 229 at 240 already. Everything but silver. So I guess there's the question. Oh no, it's good. It's happy. because it'll only start burning through the extra lead when we have less than 4,200 silver. So we're actually all good to go there. Okay, well, we'll call it an episode here. Let's get the gasifiers in the auto mall. Gasifier. I do like 4 of those. We need those in big quantities usually. All right. Well, super steel is not made yet. It's very close. Now we're just waiting for a shipment of niobium, which has got to be close to being done. And once we get our first shipment of niobium up here, we will have our first super steel. We already got all this cobalt chromium alloy, which is delicious. Yeah, awesome. Well, as always, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you all in the next one.